Hey, yeah, it's me again, and great to be with you. I hope you're comfortable and looking forward to the weekend. And it is Friday at 11:30. Yeah, 11 Friday, 10th of May. Right, so I'll get to the point because this is for a reminder about something I wish to remember. Um, so what do we do when we think we have lost our love? A lot of people have this problem. I think they do. I can't be sure, but I have had this problem when I think I've lost my love for something. When I've worn out the the joy of something. When I've actually run out of steam. In searching for joy in something like a sound of a bird, or the sound of a waterfall, or the sound of the sea. And I think I've run out of joy. I think there's no more joy there. What do I do about that? How do I go about it? Well, I've got a new method which I'll share with you. Basically, what happens is I remember that it is just the sound that is the same, not me. I am not the same, but the sound is. So then I can transfer the sound to my ears and say, well, as long as I'm hearing it, then I know I can actually be the connection to my joy. I can actually find the connection to my joy as long as I'm hearing it. And that applies to my voice as well, or any voice, any voice. If you love voices, you don't have to. The voices get hidden a lot, and our appreciation of them disappears because of the way that they get covered up in expressions and things like that. But if you can separate all the expressions out of a voice and just say, that is a voice, and that is what I love, and that's all I need. I don't need the expressions, I don't need all the distractions, I just need the voice. I just need to hear the voice as it is. And the expressions are the bonus of the voice. They're not there to distract you. They're not there to take away the joy of the voice. They're a bonus. They're a bonus to the voice. So as I'm talking, I can hear that I can hear my voice to an extent. I don't know if it would come out the same, but it sounds like any voice to me, and I can hear that it is actually the joy of hearing. It's the joy of hearing, and it's the joy of expression. So there's two things you can love about the voice: the joy of hearing and the joy of expression. Remember that any voice can be normal, depending on your country of origin or your accent. But then when we find other voices with a different accent, they can actually be like exploring a new forest, exploring a new land, a new sea, or whatever. And when we realize that the beauty of voices is the reason why we need to actually connect with, the only reason we need to hear voices. That's the only reason, the beauty of them. And it's all down to us. Down to our decision to connect to that joy. It's down to the fact that when we hear the voice, it is actually nothing else except our joy. It is pure joy, and there is no other reason for letting it pass you by without actually appreciating it. Yeah. But as I mentioned to someone, I'll change the subject. As I mentioned to someone else who's a good friend of mine, do we actually communicate when we are just dozing off, just going to sleep, just before we go to sleep? Do we actually communicate with everyone we met during the day? Do we actually do that? Is there any way that in the depths of night we sometimes communicate, or we do communicate? Because we never know. We never can remember that. We can't remember the bit just before we doze off. Maybe there's a kind of light there which shares all our experiences, and we communicate with each other. But it's very difficult to say because no one can remember it. But I've had a little glimpse once or twice about what happens just before we doze off, and it is surprising. It's very surprising. Yeah. There was another occasion. Somebody very nice who is a very good person, and I said to her, she is the angel of the night, and I meant that in a very credible way, in a very good and privileged way, and a very good and honoured way of honouring her. And she is actually a very good person, and she appears when she's not actually with us, when she's not in our frame, in our company, or in our earshot. She maybe is the angel of the night. Maybe she has that function because of the fact that we give people that credit, we give people that honour when we actually treat them that way. We actually give them that power. We give them that power over us because we make people what they can't believe. We actually do that by loving them, by giving them the credit, by giving them the privilege of being our saviour. And can we do that? Can we actually do that? I believe we can. I believe we can really give people the honour of being way above anything we normally see in people. When we know them well and they're very good people, we can give them that honour. Angel of the night. Angel of the night. So she looks after the lost souls of the night. She looks after the goodness of the night. She is the keeper of the goodness of the night. She is the angel of the night. Okay, I think I've said enough, and I'll just remind you of the time. It's now 40 minutes past 11:40 in the evening, Friday the 10th of May. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Right, bye.